Hi, this is Corey Vigil, and you're listening to another episode of Growing Corey J Dynamics. It's my YouTube channel. So that's what I'm going to be naming it from now on. Growing Corey J Dynamics. It's going to have a similar format to or structure as Visualize with Optimism by Corey J, which is where my Spotify or my podcast is going to be on Spotify every week. So they're just going to have, like I said, basically the same type of format, I'm going to talk about the same things. So in this episode of Growing Corey J Dynamics, I'm going to be going over a few things. The first are updates as far as my parent company and branding it, Corey J Dynamics, my limited liability business, and also I'm going to go into updates about my two other business ventures that I've been talking about. Those two other ones, the SEO marketing firm, and also the business networking app that I was developing, or that was in its, I guess you could say, pre-development stage. So anyone that watches this, I don't know if they've noticed, but before I was kind of doing kind of like scripted videos, YouTube videos, and also on my podcast show. So now I'm just going to be doing freestyle YouTube videos and also freestyle podcast episodes. I just feel like it's easier and the flow is easier, and that just makes it easier for me. So the first thing is about branding my parent company, Corey J Dynamics, LLC. So even though this company or this business doesn't really have specific services or products, it doesn't sell anything, doesn't provide any services, it's just used for controlling or managing other businesses that I form, and also just having ownership or either partial ownership of these different businesses, and which are just going to be underneath the parent company. So I do have a website, CoreyJDynamics.com. That's going to be the hub of my parent company, and I'm still working on getting it fixed through different SEO strategies, and also just making the I guess you can say the layout from what the website looks like to users. So I've been finding out ways to make it look prettier, and again, just so I can drive traffic to that website. Again, it's not going to provide any services, but that's just how I'm trying to grow my brand for my parent company, and also the other child or subsidiary businesses that are going to provide services and products. So like I said, I'm trying to brand my parent company, and I'm trying to do that with the logo, which is going to have the initials of my company's name, CJD. And I have developed a few logos over the past month or so. I've just been improving different logos. I just purchased one through Fiverr or Fiverr. I don't know how you say that, but I purchased one through Fiverr, and it's prettier than the one that I had before. Before, it was just the letter CJD with the spinning wheel on it. Even before that, it was the same thing, but different font, but same color, same background color, but it had like I changed it to a red spinning wheel that I put underneath the letters. So with the new logo, it looks for what people have told me on Facebook, it looks like a pill, but I never thought of it that way. To me, it looked more like it looks similar to the Pepsi logo, just because of the color hex. So to me, that's what it looked like, and I've also heard that too. So I bought that. Someone designed it for me through Fiverr, and I'm going to make continual changes and updates and modify my logo until I find the right one. I should be able to find the right one within the next month, definitely less than a month, so I could not only copyright it but also trademark it. That way I will have not only ownership but also legal rights of intellectual property in the form of both copyright and trademark. So to me, those are both really important for branding. And I am going to create logos and brand the subsidiary companies that I'm gonna form here in a few months. But I want to get started with my parent company or holding company. Even though it doesn't have any services or provide any services, I still want to brand it. And the first step in that is creating a very creative and unique logo, so that it has that very unique brand, so that when people they use my other the services for my other companies or businesses, they will associate those services or that business with my parent company, with my brand. So, and I've done research on this. A lot of this involves brand structuring or brand architecture, where you just have multiple brands tied to different companies. They're all linked together, and that's what I'm going to do with Corey J Dynamics as the parent company. So I have been making progress with the logo. It looks a lot prettier than it was before. I just think it could be a lot better. So I'm going to go back to Fiverr and just go through some other different designers to find the best logo, and try and find 2 other mock logo designs. And from there, I'm going to choose one of those, and for sure one of those is going to be the logo that I'm going to not only copyright but also trademark with the USPTO.gov. So the process for the copyright, I don't know if any of you are aware, it takes anywhere from, I want to say, roughly 2 to 3 months or something like that, somewhere in that range. But the trademark registration application, that takes significantly longer. It takes like 6 to 9 months after you register and do the application with the USPTO.gov website. And once you do that, that's where it takes like 6 months to get to the trademark attorney. But once you get those approved, that means you have ownership of intangible assets. Even though they're intangible, but they're still assets. They are intellectual property, and nobody can take those away from you. Same thing with my logo. Nobody can steal those from me. I created it, and that's my brand. For my parent company, that's my brand. And I probably won't publish it until at least it's approved with the Copyright Office. So it'll definitely take a few months. But that's what I'm going to be doing. And also another really great update, I think, for my business that I forgot to mention earlier is that I just got approved for a silver business checking account with US Bank. So, when you form a business, regardless of the services, one of the initial steps is, after you register your business with the state, or whether you just, even if you're a sole proprietor, is to open up a business account. Because when you do that, you have to separate your business expenses for your company, and you have to separate them from your personal account, your personal expenses. And that's primarily done for taxation purposes for the IRS. So you definitely need to do that. So I got approved on Friday, so that's a big step for me and my business, and so I feel pretty good about that. As far as opening more accounts, I can't say, or rather I decide to request an SBA loan, but I'm not sure. So the other thing I was going to talk about were my other subsidiary businesses. The first one, I've talked about it before with the business networking app that I've been creating. I came up with the idea last month, so I was able to connect with an angel investor through Entra, and he basically gave it to me straight that it wasn't a good idea. But he did give me some helpful pointers and tips on how to do a tech startup. So I may do that within the next 12 months, more or less, with the biotech company. But that's still, like in its early stages. I still got to get the ideation for that and get some, business partners and get even a CTO. To me, that's the most important when you're doing a startup tech company. But so, that's a no for the app, but I'm still going to try and start another tech startup company or business. And I'm just not going to be doing it right now. So my main focus right now is my other startup company or business, which is the digital SEO marketing firm. So I've made some great improvements with that. I'm mostly using SEMrush as a starting point. I'm just using it for learning material. And they say when you're starting an SEO company or digital marketing agency, it's best to start with your own websites. So that's what I'm doing with mine. And with SEO, there can be a steep learning curve, especially when you get into the technical aspect of SEO. I am learning a lot through SEMrush, but there is a lot to it that a lot of people don't know about, that I didn't even know about. In particular, when you get into keyword search, or when you're correcting or fixing certain properties of your website so that you can get ranked on Google, so that you can get on the first page of Google and get crawled by Google, and just get indexed by Google, and just so that you could increase traffic to your business's website. So as I've mentioned before in previous videos, and even on my podcast show, that the main target that I'm focusing on, or niche I should say, are self-employed lawyers and accountants, or CPAs. So that's who I'm going to be helping out with their website, and I'm going to help them just improve their website, help them rank their websites on Google, and like I said, just increase traffic to their website, and I should start this SEO marketing agency, I would say sometime between August and September, so here in a few months. And it's not going to be expensive. The only thing that would be expensive for me would be the software and technology for the SEO firm, because since I'm providing a service, I'm going to be charging a fee, so I'm going to need top-notch software to offer to my clients, and that could range into at least $1,000 to $2,000 a month. So, but I don't really need much overhead besides that. Eventually, I will hire employees and train them in the field of SEO. So, because I believe it is a growing and a rapidly changing industry. Just like with digital marketing, it's always growing. So that's what I'm going to be doing with SEO, and I have an idea of how much I'm going to charge my clients, and I am going to be fair. I really don't think starting out I'm going to be offering PPC or anything like with Google ads, Facebook ads. I could do that, because that does fall under digital marketing. I just don't see the point of doing it. It's not only expensive for me or other digital marketing agencies, but it's also going to be more expensive for the client or the business that's trying to have their website fixed. So that's why I'm just focusing on SEO, because in my opinion, not only is it more cost effective, but it's also, it gets the best results, and you get your return on investment. You get, more repeat customers or clients, or in my case, it would be lawyers having repeat clients. Same thing with accountants. So it'll take me a few months just to learn some more basics. And the reason why I'm choosing this, because as I've mentioned, I am licensed in life and health, and I have financial services experience, but I just don't see myself as a pushy salesperson. Even though there is sales and marketing, or a lot of sales with digital marketing and SEO, but I just don't feel like I understand SEO and digital marketing a lot more than I do with insurance. I have, I would say, roughly a year and a half experience with SEO and digital marketing, or just organic search and organic results. So I'm learning more and more. I mean, I have experience before. I've built websites, but there's still a lot more that I need to learn. And one of the things too is like a SEO site audit tool, which allows you to do a quick audit report of your website, where it lists or includes all the things that are wrong with your website that really hurt your SEO ranking and Google ranking, and it just pinpoints the major, even like minor problems that your website's facing. Not every website's going to be perfect in terms of SEO and SERP, but you can still find ways to correct your website and fix those errors, whatever they are, whether they're URLs, faulty URLs, or bad external links or internal links, meta tag descriptions. So or even something just like with the design of your website. But either way, there are ways to correct it and fix it, and that's where I come into play. And I will be the expert in this field. So, and that's why I decided to open up my own digital marketing firm or SEO marketing firm. And unlike the company I have now, Corey J Dynamics, this business is probably, more than likely, it's going to be a corporation instead of a limited liability. So, like I said, eventually I will hire employees, but right now I got to focus on helping clients and, just gaining that experience. And, once I'm ready, I will hire more people. But right now it's just going to be a one-man business operation. So, but I will keep you guys updated as far as my SEO business, and also as far as updates as far as like the brand for my parent company, my logo design, and I'll let you guys know when I get the process started for copywriting and also trademarking my logo for my brand. But yeah, if you want to, you can visit my website. I know I'm just using the website that I have right now as kind of like a test or a test dummy for my SEO, just for SEO practice. So if you see anything that needs fixing or you notice anything, feel free to leave a comment, whether it's here on YouTube or even on my social media presence. You can also follow me on Corey J Vigil on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn. I'm also on Twitter. And I also have my YouTube channel here. And if you want to, you can, if you want to listen in on my podcast channel, you can go to Spotify. I'm on there too. So, and like the YouTube videos, I do weekly podcast episodes. So, but thanks again for listening in. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks.